Hello, everyone. First of all, I have glasses now, so that's pretty cool. But, okay. So, earlier I had a realization, an epiphany, if you will. And, okay, hear me out. So, everyone's always talking about, or at least like last year or the year before, they were like, oh, I'm having my hot girl summer, or like, it's rat boy summer right now, or like, Sufjan Stevens summer. But you know what I'm having? I'm having a peripheral vision summer. And you may not know what that means, and that's okay. I'm sorry if you are unaware. But Peripheral Vision is an album by this band called Turnover. And I own it on vinyl, and I want to buy it in every other format ever. And it is one of my favorite albums of all time, which says a lot because I like a lot of music. Please don't make fun of my suitcase player in the background. I know it sucks, but that's just what I have. But anyway, so you may be wondering, like, what does it all mean? Like, what does it mean that I'm having a peripheral vision summer? And you clicked on the right video because you're about to learn what I mean by that. So, long story short, the album is about, like, love, breakups, being depressed, having anxiety, being mentally ill, and I love it. The album is great. But the more that I think about it, I mean, I've been listening to this album for a couple of years now, so I've thought about this before. But like, the more that I think about it, the more I like relate to the songs, and I don't know, it resonates with me. And I find myself like listening to lyrics and being like, okay, he gets it, like he understands. And so y'all are gonna learn about this album that I love dearly, and I'm gonna flex my merch one more time because I got this thing on Depop for like $25. And I think that's pretty cool. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about this album right here, Peripheral Vision by the band Turnover, released in 2015 under Run for Cover Records. I have been listening to this album since 2020, so about 5 years after it came out. Actually, down to the day, I'm pretty sure. And I first listened to it because I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about like shoegaze and like emo music and stuff. And I remember clicking on a video by Nate the Maid, if anyone remembers him. Shout out, I guess. And he was talking about how much he loved that album. And I was like, okay, I'll listen to him, and I'll like listen to the album because he says it's good. And I need some new music recs. You know, I was getting into shoegaze a lot back then. So I remember this distinctly. Okay, I usually don't remember like the moment that I listened to an album for the first time. But this album like literally changed my life. Okay, so I was sitting in the guest bedroom on the floor because I did not have a bed in my own room yet. We had just moved. And I don't know how I was sitting on the floor though. I don't think I had a desk, so I guess that was the best thing. I don't know. I had also just broken my laptop, so it was like all janky and stuff. And I was sitting on the floor with my broken laptop, listening to this album on Spotify, and like the minute that like, I think it was when the drums kicked in the first song, I like my jaw dropped. I was just like, oh my god, this is so good. And what makes the album special, I guess, like musically speaking, is that it combines some genres that I feel like don't get combined very often, or at least hadn't been combined very well, or at all, really. And it is shoegaze. If you don't know what that is, I'll be a nerd in a second. And like Midwest emo music. So, shoegaze is a genre of music that came up during the late 80s, early 90s in the UK. Especially the Thames Valley was where a lot of bands were showing up, apparently, I think, if I remember correctly. The name comes from the fact that the bands would use, like, a bunch of effects pedals for their guitars, so they'd just be looking at the ground, like, clicking them, turning them on and off and stuff, all the time. So it looked like they were just kind of, like, staring at their feet. They kind of didn't have a whole lot of stage presence because of that. And so the UK press, they were kind of haters, and so they were like, aha, shoegaze, because they're gazing at their shoes, which is where the name comes from. Unless I'm lying, and that's just an urban legend, I have no idea. And so, some notable albums and some notable bands in the genre are Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. As you can see, I'm wearing my Redbubble Loveless shirt, which a lot of dude bros online and on Reddit will say is like the best album ever written. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It was definitely groundbreaking for its time. Some other ones are Souvlaki by Slowdive. Here I am flexing my Slowdive set list because I gotta establish my credentials here. There were also some American bands that hopped on the bandwagon, such as Drop 19s and Swirlies. Shout out Swirlies, I love Swirlies. In the mid-90s, the genre kind of fell off because it got killed off by Britpop, and pretty much all of the shoegaze albums were getting like fully panned by critics. Slowdive made an ambient album just to piss everyone off. My Bloody Valentine broke up very dramatically because Kevin Shields, the lead singer, was so perfectionistic that he literally could not make a follow-up album. Fun fact. And basically, there was like some resurgence of the genre in the early 2000s called like new gaze. There were some fusion genres like dream pop, which technically predates shoegaze, so it's not really a fusion genre, but sometimes they can be related. Dream pop is basically just, pop music that sounds dreamy. Wow, great explanation here. But there's some other genres like shoegaze and black metal for some reason it's like a big thing. I feel like that's more of like a late 2000s, early 2010s type of deal. Bands like Loathe, Alcest. I can't think of any others. I'm so sorry to all the black gaze fans out there. I don't listen to it. And of course, our favorite album that I'm talking about, Peripheral Vision by Turnover, incorporates shoegaze and arguably dream pop and some Midwest emo elements. Or maybe just regular emo. Real emo only consists of the DC emotional hardcore scene and the late 90s screamo scene. What is known by Midwest emo is nothing but alternative rock with questionable real emo influence. When people try to argue that bands like My Chemical Romance are not real emo, while saying that Sunny A Realist, I'm not going to finish the rest of this. I'm sorry. That's a copy pasta. I don't think I need to explain what emo music is to you, unless you just don't know. And if so, thanks for watching my video, I guess. I guess the algorithm works. But if you really want to know, there's a really good video by Trash Theory on it, so check that out. But we are in an emo renaissance, I would say. Some would argue that we are in the fifth wave of emo music, and there's some pretty good bands out there making music right now, which I'm going to list a bunch of them now because this is my video and I can do whatever I want. But if you're looking to get into emo music, some pretty cool, popular current bands are Michael Cera Palin, Hot Mulligan, Charmer, Glass Beach, duh, Worst Party Ever, Good Sleepy. Dude, I love Good Sleepy so much. I love them. This is a terrible heart. Listen to their music right now. Listen to every single little bit. Do it. I dare you. Some other bands are Max Seal, Inside Voices, Tiny Voices, Flight Patterns, Arlen Gun Club, Ben Quad, Carly Cosgrove. Dude, I could list more, but I'm forgetting all of them. So that's it. That's all I can get to right now. Anyway, back to Peripheral Vision. And so now that you know what the genres are, you may be like, how would those two things go together? With like shoegaze or dream pop, you usually can't tell what they're saying anyway. That's like kind of the whole shtick. And emo music is very, lyric heavy. Like it's kind of important to know what they're saying because the lyrics are very emotional and they kind of convey what's going on in the song. But they actually did it so well, in my opinion. And I feel like the dream pop atmosphere goes with the lyrics very well. Would you come here and spin with me? I've been dying to get you dizzy. I am so just yapping, by the way. I am not a music reviewer. Please do not make me the next Anthony Fantano. I don't want that. I just wanted to talk about an album that I really like and that I find myself relating to more and more over time. One of my favorite lines in the entire album may seem simple, but it's very special to me. And it's just, I feel so far away. I'm just so far. I feel so far away. Which doesn't seem like a lot on paper. It's just like, okay, he feels far away. That's cool. But, I feel so far away, guys. I am just like in my room all the time. Or I'm at work. And also, what I meant here is that, I feel, disconnected from other people, and I think that's what he means in the song. I forgot to mention that, there are other lyrics in the album that, resonate with me than just that are definitely longer and more impactful. So, the album itself, the album cover has this really hazy look to it, which kind of goes with the whole atmosphere of the entire album, and it's literally, a cracked picture, and it's really blurry and, hard to make out what's going on, which I feel like kind of encapsulates the vibes of the whole album. 'Cause it was always a dream just to know you. Sometimes I find I can hardly speak. And I don't know, I just really like their album cover choices. And another touch is that the track listing and the lyric sheet are all written in presumably the lead singer's handwriting. Like, there's even, like, lines that are crossed out and stuff. So it's like you actually get to look at, like, guess what, like, him writing down the lyrics in his little book or whatever, and not just, like, typing it out in the Notes app. It could have been typed out in the Notes app for all I know. But it's just a nice touch. So at the end of this all, you may still be wondering, how exactly does one have a Peripheral Vision summer? How am I having a Peripheral Vision summer? Well, get this. Really, personally, I just had an unfortunate series of events where I got broken up with and I'm just mentally ill in general. But I think really to have a Peripheral Vision summer, you just need to, like, listen to the album, and if it resonates with you, then it resonates with you, you know? And maybe I want to have ethereal vibes for my summer. I mean, I may be sad and maybe have anxiety, but can I at least have some fun vibes? That's all that I'm really asking for, truly. So, I don't know what the point of this video was exactly. Maybe you learned a little bit about some of my favorite music, and I got to yap about it, which was exciting. And thanks for watching this video. Hopefully, if you haven't listened to this album before, you should go listen to it right now. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on everything. And if you have listened to it, then thanks for watching and hearing about this album anyway. Comment down below what kind of summer you are having. If you're also having a Peripheral Vision summer, then that's pretty cool. As always, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to hear more from me. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.